have you on board for our first session for Conversations at Home. So today, for anyone tuning in, we're talking to Lunar Entertainment, specifically Joyce and Naomi.
Hi.
And Em's right on the other side of me. As you can tell, we're all in self-isolation, and basically the point of us sort of getting started with Conversations at Home was to sort of put forward, let people know what sort of smaller companies are going through at the moment, and just gauge what the climate is for us really, and also where we're at sort of emotionally, physically, and even amidst everything going on. And it's sort of just something we wanted to do in a casual environment, just for people to have that space to feel sort of, besides kind of to aim for the future, sort of to find some hope, find some comfort and reassurance that everybody's going through this sort of strange phase and everybody's managing it in their own way, and there's no wrong way. It really is about what's right for us as individuals and us as companies, and that's sort of what we wanted to bring forward. So we want to hear obviously all about you. We know you, we've seen you a few times. We've had the pleasure of attending events with you, and also coming to an event that you guys specifically organized, which was so beneficial for us as a company. So if you could just tell everyone who you are, what is Lunar Entertainment, and what you guys specifically hope to achieve or aim to achieve within your company.
Yeah, great, amazing. Thank you for this. As I said earlier, I think it's really important that we're doing this, connecting with each other, supporting each other in such a weird time, and just trying to keep on the normalcy as much as we can. So I'm Naomi, as you said previously, and I'm one of the directors. There were 3 of us in Lunar Entertainment, which is our entertainment company. We also have the lovely Joyce here. Do you want to introduce yourself briefly?
Yeah, I'm Joyce. I'm also a co-founder of Lunar Entertainment. Our third party, Sophie, is unable to be with us today, but she's here in spirit.
Yeah, so there were 3 of us, and we started out as friends, and we had an idea that we wanted to create work that reflected who we were. We were kind of tired of seeing, even if there were roles about women, we were kind of tired about the stereotypical narratives that we were seeing. And then we all kind of came to a place because we went to a drama school together, part-time drama school. And we were all in different kind of journeys, like in our career journeys. Some of us, we were maybe booking jobs, but not the jobs that we wanted. Some, it was like a dry spell, so we weren't booking any jobs, that kind of thing. And we just had like all these ideas brewing that we wanted to work, on. And so we came together and we put on our debut production. And then out of that, our company was born. So we started out as a theatre company, but now we've branched out to an entertainment company. So that means we do so many different things. We, as you said, put on events, workshops, things like that. We're working on some screen projects, which we'll talk about later on. But yeah, we also still produce theatre, and we have writers amongst us, and everything that we do, our aim is to support, produce, and create work by women and for women in the entertainment industry.
That's amazing. And that's, I think, something that sort of has drawn us into obviously getting to know you, and even today just inviting you to speak, because we're aware of the work you've done, because of the fact that we have actually when we first started out, it was such a big opportunity for us to come to the Lunar Entertainment networking event. And we had the chance through that, besides obviously meeting you guys and meeting other people, gain insight from agents on the panel, Polly Bennett, movement director. It was a really solid and exciting panel, and you guys it was a very motivating event for us, and actually things have really kicked off from them. So it's really important, the work that you guys do, especially as an entertainment company as well, in terms of organizing those networking events and connecting between people. That's a really it's not an often thing for a common thing for small companies to be doing as well.
Yeah. And we think it's so important, like the term working laterally. So working with people that are around you on a similar level to you, so that you can grow together. And so that's kind of always been our aim, to like work with companies like yourself. We're on a similar journey and similar path. It's such an important thing to us. And the workshops and stuff that we've done, like, we don't like to call any of our people that support us like followers. We like to call almost like our community and supporters in a way, because that's what we are doing. We're supporting each other on the different journeys that we're on. So yeah,
great. That's really good. Amazing. Which brings us sort of to our next question. Em,
Yeah.
if you want to segue.
So obviously, like we're all aware, the current situation is not ideal for anybody around the world.
no.
But specifically why we're here and why we're talking is obviously it has impacted not only the theatre industry, the entertainment industry in general, but trickling down from that, like it has impacted smaller companies, theatre companies, entertainment companies like yourself. So with that in mind, where are you guys at? Like, how are you guys navigating through this? How do you guys feel? Yeah.
How are you doing?
That's a good question. I mean, this has obviously been, coronavirus has obviously tackled loads of people's personal lives, businesses and careers over the past sort of 3 weeks. The first week and a half, we were navigating through it quite well and going, okay, well, we work from home anyway, so that's okay. We just have to now work around shifting how much work each person can do based on their sort of emotional, mental state, navigating, changing their surroundings to fit their job. And then sort of now, like 3 weeks in, not knowing how long we will be in this position is very difficult as a company, because there's only so much that we can do from our living room or from our bedrooms, and that makes it really difficult. We're, as much as we can, checking in with one another. I think what we've decided to do is mainly prioritize our health, our mental health, and just how we are as individuals are navigating our way through this madness, because obviously without each individual there would be no company. So we're mainly just going, how are you doing? We're checking in with one another as often as we can, sharing encouraging scriptures as we're all Christians, or sharing encouraging pictures or quotes that might help you. We're doing meditation. I've been writing a bit more and taking more time to do things that ground me, whether that be go for a walk or go and just sit in the park and take in a bit of nature. That's been really helpful. But I think as a company, we have sort of gravitated more towards making sure that we are okay as individuals, and then just doing what we can really with the limited resources that we have, and still trying to keep the company afloat and work towards life after coronavirus. Unfortunately, there's not much of a life or much of a sort of work base during this. I think everyone's just kind of kicked into survival mode, which is eat well, stay sane, do what you can. Like, there's no pressure, I think, at this point, and we're okay with that.
No, 100%. I think that's something that we've been sort of. It's that weird space where there's stuff that we can do, I guess, creatively. If we're feeling like we're in that space, but then in terms of the bigger things, in terms of the more not concrete, but I guess the more business-like, with the limited resources, and also things are at a standstill at this point. So it's sort of managing balance with keeping things going, but then also not pushing too hard.
That's
where there's not much to give back, but not much that can sort of living moment to moment, I guess, and taking things.
I think balance is always key. We're trying to keep the balance. It's very easy to get into a place like, oh, I need to get ahead of everyone else, and I need to be working loads, and we need to be doing stuff, we need to be active. And then also maybe the other end, like, oh, you know, let's just lazing around. But, you know, I think this time we do need to just pause, you know, evaluate where we are, who we are, how we're feeling, how, you know, we're connecting with each other. So that's the kind of place that we're at right now. I think one of the things that we were working on just before all of this happened was our business plan, and, you know, adapting that. So now and then we can work on that, but some of the other plans we had during this time, it's literally not possible because some of the institutions have closed down that we wanted to reach out to. So, you know, certain things we're able to do, other things we're not able to do. And we're getting to a place where we're just thinking that's okay. Like, we only have so much control over everything. Let's do things at our own pace, and when we can.
I think it's what you said, Joyce, about caring for each other first. And then business comes next, because obviously we don't have a set date for this. It will end. There will be an end to this. And it, I like that, really like rang true with me and Bettina as well, because obviously we are friends who formed it.
Yes, friends first.
Exactly, friends first.
Friends first, and also family first, and you first. You know, it has always been that way. And then it's taken a pandemic to really make you realize how much you really care. And I think, like, by the end of this, however long it takes, and it will end, you know, there is an end, actually we probably all will come out of this much stronger.
Absolutely.
Together, we've all been there for each other. So yeah, I think it's super important that, and you're all on the same mindset as well. Like, there isn't someone in the company saying, no, we need to all agreed. No, it's friends first, health first, and anything else is a bonus. I think it's really
And I definitely think that if there's anything that many people can take away from this, is that we always deny ourselves respite, and sometimes we just need a minute to like reload and take a break and then get back into things. Oh, this is the moment we spoke about.
Hello.
Ezra would like some more.
Our company mascot.
Hello.
Really good having you. Just stay next door. Okay, I'm just gonna get her some orange juice so that she can go back.
That's fine.
Vitamin C.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can't play here, Ezra.
That's amazing. That's sweet.
So, even like Ezra, but even like navigating being a mum right now, like imagine the pressure.
100%.
It's a lot. So, you know, we can't focus so much on what I should be doing like work wise. Like, there's another dependent that she has, you know, that's expecting so much from her. So that's why we've kind of paused things for a bit.
But I think to forget as well, I think I don't know if it's a natural sort of, obviously there's a certain, not expectation I think we have of ourselves, but as artists there's something about being an artist where, you know, you even in times like this, it's our job to create. And then I think that's sort of something that's unfortunately, but like kind of an idea that's assumed, you know. But actually there's so much, as in, besides obviously, yes, we are artists, yes, we want to choose to create, but there's a lot of other parts of us, as Emma's mentioned, and as we're talking about now with Joyce being a mother, you know, there are many roles we have at the end of the day.
Exactly. Yeah, that's key. That's such a good idea. Yeah, good point. But actually, one thing I wanted to add is that I have been painting, which I don't usually do. So for me, that is a creative thing that I'm doing, not necessarily because it's, you know, part of the business. It's just a way of expression. And as creators, I feel like we do find things as ways of coping, and again, expressing ourselves. So I'd actually encourage other people to at this time find another maybe hobby that they can do, or just something to, you know, be able to cope and express themselves at this time, you know. I think that's been good, and as Joyce said, she's been reading and writing and things like that. So I feel like you did say, like creators, we feel like we need to always be creating, but we could step out of what we usually do and find something else at this time.
Yeah,
perfect chance. It's like, you know, it's
Exactly.
like whatever you believe in, a higher power, whatever kind of gave us this time.
Yeah.
Well, here you go. No other option but to sort of like use your resources and
It's true.
find things.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
You were going to say, you know, top tips. Kind of mentioned them all, but like in a list, what would you say were your, let's say, snacks? I don't know.
So one that we've both sort of mentioned is find a new skill, or a new way of expressing yourself, or a new sort of hobby that you can commit to learning or improving is really helpful. So that be reading, painting, script writing, drawing, whatever, and commit to it. We've got loads of time. I mean, I think I saw a quote the other day that said, if you haven't sort of been able to take on a new hobby or take on a new craft or look into something that you wanted to work on before, the issue was never time, the issue was discipline. And that for me was like such, you know, an eye-opener. It's going, all this time now, you know, oh, why don't you script write? Oh, I never have time. Oh, why don't you paint? Oh, I never have time. Well, now we've got lots of time.
All the time in the world.
Yeah, and if nothing's happening, maybe it's discipline that's then, you know, maybe it's then going, let's be a bit stricter with myself. So that's tip one. Find something to do and enjoy it. It doesn't have to be a serious commitment, but definitely invest in something. Two, check in on one another as human beings, aside of business, aside of work, aside of companies. It's obvious that this has taken a toll on many people's mental health, and we must just be really careful how we navigate through this and make sure that people come out the other end of this sane. I mean, you know, many people have never lived through a pandemic before, so it's something new that everyone is experiencing. And there's no right or wrong to deal with it. There's no right or wrong way, to deal with it. And if people, you know, want to cry about it, let them cry. If people want to act like it's not happening, let them act like, you know.
Exactly.
But we must be sensitive to each other and go, how are you? Okay, you're dealing with it very differently to how I would, but that's your way. And I'm checking in on you. You are loved, you're cared for. That's very important. Nay, have you got any? I think I've got like one more.
Yeah, for me, one thing that I've been doing every morning and usually do anyway is either saying a prayer or expressing gratitude. And I think that's so important right now, because it's really easy to be looking at the world and thinking like there's like no good, but there's always something that you can find that's positive. Literally, if you're breathing right now, that's something that you can give thanks for. If you have someone on the other line that can pick up the phone and speak to you, that's something that you can be thankful for. We are allowed to go outside, even if it is just one a day. And, you know, that's something to be thankful for. The sun is shining, you know, and it's such a rare thing in London.
I know.
So, yeah, I'd say if you can, expressing gratitude and or saying a prayer. I think that's a key thing for me. What else? You said quite
looking after yourself, which we've been doing a lot of. We've both been exercising and eating well.
I think that's so important. No, go ahead.
No, sorry.
No. No, I'm just going to say that it's an important thing anyway as performers to make sure that we're keeping, you know, our, you know, the money maker healthy, and, you know, supple and active and that kind of thing. I think that's, you know, a real key. So exercising, eating healthy, all of that.
Definitely. And probably the last one will be rest. This is like the perfect opportunity to take that respite, like use it, and don't feel guilty for using it. Don't you know, if you have a 3-hour nap, have a 3-hour nap, you know, and don't justify it. Don't say, oh, I should have done this, I'm being unproductive, or it's a weird time for everyone. and you just need to allow your body and your mind to do what it needs to do to get through this safe and healthy. There's no use in in any of us coming out the other end very unhealthy, very depressed, or completely anxious, and not in our right state of mind and body. So take that time to rest.
Oh, 100%. I have one more thing. One more.
Yeah, please. I was gonna ask you guys if you wanted, besides Naomi's one other thing, to say like one thing as a company potentially going forward, if you wanted to add that on as well.
So we're doing like market research, and probably to other people we're like, oh, we're doing that as well, but we've been like reading books, plays, watching films and TV series as creatives. Like that's a market research for us. It's also again a way of escaping, but because we are hoping to go into more screen projects, it's very, very useful for us right now to know like the market, to know the niche that we want to go into, and just inspiration. I think so right now Sophie's not with us, she's not in London right now, but she's writing, so she's having to do a lot of that, looking at other shows and films and things like that for the inspiration. So I think that's a key thing for creatives right now, and companies.
Yeah, for sure.
That's great. Thank you, ladies. That those tips definitely are going to be helpful for anyone. As in, it's nice to hear them as well. There are some of them obviously we've heard a bit before, for example, the resting. But actually hearing them again, some of these things, it's nice to be told again and again that we're allowed to do them. And especially from like-minded individuals and creatives, again, who we're similar in ways and obviously different in others. Just knowing that there's a mutual understanding and feelings are mutual is something that sitting here just listening to you guys, those things have made me better, just hearing it come from you. So they're all extremely useful tips, so thank you for that. Brings us to our final question. Which is, I guess, it's on a positive sort of ending note in a sense. What's next in terms of, obviously at this point we're sort of on a pause, or just kind of figuring things out, and you've mentioned that that's sort of where you're at. But for Lunar Entertainment going forward, once this is over, you mentioned your screen project. We'd love to obviously hear more about that, find out more, and see where we can tune in to keep our eyes peeled for what you guys are up to next.
Right now I'll say what we have out right now. So we actually have our first episode of our interview series, which is on our YouTube and our Instagram, and it's an interview series with women in the industry, and it's a range of areas in the industry. So we have one coming up with a prop maker. We have one out right now with Ikia Amriti, who is senior talent agent at IAG, and you would have also seen her on our panel, our industry Q&A panel, and she's got a wealth of insight and advice and things like that. So we'd really encourage women and girls, but also men, boys, everyone to watch that, and you can see that on our YouTube channel, which is Lunar Entertainment. And then we are on social media, so Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and it's at Lunar Ent, so LUNARENTS. So that's what we have out right now, and we have a couple other series to come out as well, and you'll see that in the next few weeks or month or so. And as I said, we have a screen project in the pipeline. We don't want to say too much as of yet, but we have lots of ideas brewing, and it's an exciting time. It's really, really exciting for us. And then we are also working on just like writing for things, so writing for theatre, writing for film, and things like that. We like I said, we have a lot of ideas brewing right now. When things get up and running again, and we can actually able to kind of connect with the kind of people that we want to connect with, then we will do that. But definitely stay tuned, and follow us and join the community. Reach out to us, like, we're here for you, and I'm sure all of you are here for us as well. But like you said, we're all in this together, so let's keep it that way and keep going together.
Definitely. So thank you so much for your time, and big congratulations to you guys, because one thing that I think really like amazes us both is that you guys have such a broad, you're tackling a lot of different things, which is so great. Tapping into networking, tapping into events, tapping into theatre, tapping into yeah, it's great. And it's really, I think, something that whoever is watching today is really going to look up to, and really going to think, oh, we will definitely keep an eye out for that. And it's amazing to know that there are things that creators can look forward to watching, to tuning in, to being part of. So we wish you guys the best of luck going forward.
Can I just add?
Yeah.
Sorry, just to let people know, in case they haven't already, that if you're with Spotlight, to opt in for the payment holiday. I know a lot of us are struggling right now, so please, if you can, and if you need to rather, opt in for that. So if you pay monthly, then I think it's 3 months that you won't have to pay.
Yeah.
And then if you pay for like the year, then they'll give you an extra 3 months free. So things like that, and also make use of like the free resources right now. The National Theatre is putting on theatre productions on YouTube and things like that. I think it's just so important to tap into the free resources and things like that are available to us right now. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's not at all. It's amazing, and you're right. It's important to know. There are maybe things that people don't know about, and just checking in is good, because we might find out something that we didn't know about before. So well, it's been a pleasure, ladies.
Our pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Stay safe. Stay well.
Stay home.
Yeah, stay home, guys.
Yeah, stay home. Don't watch us.
Right.
Thank you so much to everybody watching. And
thank you so much.
We'll see everybody who's watching again next Monday with another company, which we'll announce later on.
Exciting. Look forward to it. Thank you so much, guys.
Bye.